All right, everybody. We are live once again on a Monday night feed here. Um, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to get going here before we get officially started. Uh, Larry's been gracious enough to join us here, and we'll wait for a couple more people to get going. Oh, I was just looking too, by the way. We're launching out of Gun Creek this year.
Oh, Gun Creek. Is that
Yeah.
the one? Uh, I'm trying to think. There's two ramps in Gun Creek. Is it the one by the golf course?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that'd be packed in there.
Yeah, Brian's on. He's always on. Yeah, I took a look at it. It looks medium sized, but kind of numbers are down, and I wonder what the numbers are going to be in the Illini this year. They're kind of down everywhere across the board.
Yeah, I'm guessing probably 80 to 90
Yeah, yeah.
somewhere in there.
Let me get my other screen going. Share screen. Share screen. Window. No, I don't want to do that. Wrong screen. Okay, technical difficulties. I haven't tried this one yet here on the same monitor. Let me see if I can get this right. Share screen. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah. All right, everybody. Welcome to the feed here. We have Larry Diveley, nice enough to come join us for today, expert boater of the Illini division. And how many years you been doing it, Larry?
Uh, I've since I was about 16. 53. It's been a while. Been a while. I've been doing the BFLs for about 10 years.
10 years. So was
Yeah.
FLW back then before 19 still, right? Or was that
Yeah.
when you switched over?
Yes. Yes.
Larry's got a win, and it's just happens to be on Rend Lake, where our opener is going to be. He's a Rend Lake pro, and the theme of the stream today here. He's got 5 top tens, 48 events here. Um, have you fished any other divisions except for Illini?
I fished LBL 1 year, and I don't know if I fished all of them or I fished 3 or 4. And I struggled. It was one that was tough. It's coming back now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I fished it last year, and everyone could say, "Man, it's coming back so well." My buddy Jerry told me it was kind of coming back the year before, and it might be a good year to jump in. And
Hmm.
Brad can talk to you about that. Brad's down there and been fishing there for years.
Yeah, it's coming back. I look forward to getting down there at the end of the year this year.
Yeah, it looks like okay. You went down to the wild card in 18.
Yeah. Yep. I think that was Old Hickory.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
How'd you like fishing down there?
I loved it. I liked going down there. It's
Yeah,
it's different.
Tennessee's beautiful.
I'd like
And
to go back there.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Tennessee is so big with the Tennessee River and some of their other impoundments here. They have 4 divisions in the state of Tennessee.
Yeah. Yep.
Larry got 1,300 points last year, ranked 4, and was in the running for AOY up until the last tournament, which we were in together, the Big Old Serpent tournament on Rend. That was fun.
That was fun. I figured out the points before that last day I fished, and I had to win. And I think one guy had to finish 8th and the other guy 12th for me to win the points.
Yeah. So we're about a month out from the Illini opener. It's a little bit early this year, and it's at Rend. I look back in the old FLW days; they used to start down there in the middle of April too. It makes a lot of sense. I never realized where they started on the northernmost lake in Shelbyville before they started on Rend. I think it would make more sense to go down there.
It's pretty. I mean, if the water's high, it's pretty tough. The fish get scattered out a lot, but if you get in the right area, they're right there together. I mean, you can catch them pretty quick, but I haven't done it myself.
Have you been out on Rend that early before?
Yes.
Surely you have, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's usually a couple big bags, and then it don't take much. I mean, it don't take much that time of year.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. Well, I know in Shelbyville,
Especially if the water's high. Last year, the water was low, and they had some big bags there.
Yeah. A lot of people say they like the high water down there. They love fishing up when it's in the bushes.
Yeah, I struggle a little bit when it gets up in the bushes.
Yeah, because when it gets in the bushes, like let's see, not the super tournament, but was that like the late June 30th or whatever it was, we were on Rend. It was in the bushes, and guys were there for practice during the week, and it had gone down. It was still in the bushes a little bit, but it had dropped a couple feet from the storms. And my guy was convinced he was going to catch him in there, but no can do.
Yeah, I think it dropped a little too much. I think it pulled him out a little bit.
Yeah. And then when it gets up in there, I was looking back in there, and I looked again when we were there. It goes so far back, and it's so shallow. Man, it's hard to get back there where they're probably hiding.
Yes, it is. It's so far. I mean, there's 3 foot of water all the way across them bushes, and you can't get to all of them.
Yeah. I mean, I see these guys flipping those mats in Florida, going like, how do they even get a lure through there at their 1 ounce punch rigs? And to some degree, I think, man, maybe 80-pound test and a 3/4 ounce weight, and you toss it back there and hope for the best, maybe. And what can you do if you're not catching any fish? You get one on and lose it. It's better than not getting any bites, huh?
Mm-hmm. You can catch some on the rocks still, but it's few. I mean, I don't think you can win that away when it's that high.
Yeah. So I know in Shelbyville, the spawn is usually like mid-May-ish, plus or minus, kind of according to the season, or kind of through May, around there. What about Rend? It's shallower, it's warmer, and it's further south. So when is a typical spawn down there?
There'll be some on the beds when we get there, but there'll be some on the beds, and it'll be pre-spawn. I don't think there'll be a lot of post-spawn fish yet. There might be a few, but not many.
It'll be pre-spawn, maybe going right, just a few up on the bed. So they'll be staging though, for sure, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Is the water usually pretty dirty at that time?
It varies. The north end will be dirty, and the south end will usually stay pretty clear. It kind of depends on how much rain you get.
Yeah, just like the week before or 2 weeks before, or does it a week flush it out?
A week it'll be all right. I mean, the south end will be all right pretty much anyway, but the north end it can get pretty muddy.
Yeah. Let's see here. Brad is asking, did you go to the Mississippi River with Larry? No, Larry, I think you did. Did you go to the regional last year, or did you say no, you weren't going to do it?
I did not go last year. I didn't have enough vacation, and I didn't want to just go down there and jump in.
Well, yeah, exactly. I know, guys were there all week practicing. I'm like, man, how how do people do it? I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't have the vacation either. I just, the last day or two, yeah. But if you're a boater, you really got to invest more time finding those areas.
Oh yeah. I'm planning on going this year.
Yeah, it's going to be
I
up
don't
there
know how
again.
it works this year. Is the tournaments is the regional on a Saturday and Sunday, or is it Friday and Saturday?
I
Because there's
forgot.
only 2 days.
I checked earlier. It's only a 2-day tournament as opposed to three, and it's only two divisions. So it's going to be us and the Great Lakes, the Wisconsin, Mississippi River guys again. They're going to have a big advantage because they're used to that river fishing.
Yeah.
But it's a different area of the river.
Mm-hmm.
But it was pretty cool up there. You saw my videos. I had a good time. I found out a little bit about it, not as much as say I wanted to, but I thought it was pretty cool. I was a little more gun shy because of our Paducah, Ohio river experiences, but it's way better than that.
I like the
Now,
river. I like fishing the Mississippi.
yeah. Well,
All the
no
way to
wrong
all.
area. How much Mississippi River fishing have you done?
I've done quite a bit. I fished the Alton pool, a couple circuits out of there a long time ago, and I've been up to Fort Madison a few times, and I've been to Savannah once.
Yeah, that was pool 13, or is
Yeah,
that even further?
I don't even know what pool it is. I'm not sure right offhand,
Yeah, I
but
think it
I
is because the second day my kid went up there, and that's what Andrew Harper was telling me, man. It's 2.5 hours to get up there, 2.5 hours to get
yeah.
back. You got to say you're going to hit a barge at the locks because the barges are all going. You literally have only an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to fish.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. It's crazy.
It's all or nothing, huh?
I look
So,
forward to getting up there. I wish I could have last year.
yeah. You're going to go practice earlier, maybe in the year when you have some vacation just to scope it out.
I got that whole week off this year, so I already
Okay.
took it off.
Yeah. What do you do, Larry?
I'm a chemical operator at Chemtrade Logistics in Fairmont City, Illinois.
Fairmont City. Where is that? I'm not familiar with that.
It's just a little bit west of Collinsville.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not too far from Collinsville.
Yeah, I know where that is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. You got to get your priorities in order first, right?
Yep.
Hey, Mr. Bass in St. Louis, welcome. Let's see here. He's got a question. Yeah, it seems like they pair Illinois coast with Great Lake boaters. Yep. And probably vice versa. You can't pair boaters and boaters. So to mix it up a little bit, and I thought that was cool. My guys are really
Is
cool.
that
They
the way
were.
they did it, or is that just a random draw?
I had both Great Lakes guys both times, and I think
Oh,
someone
did you?
else brought it up, and I meant to look at it. Apparently, he did. I guess that's just the way they do it.
Hmm.
Maybe it was a happen so. I don't know. Did you look at all the lineups, or did you just get paired up with the Wisconsin guy too? You had both also, yeah. So Larry, where are you broadcasting from there today? Kind of looks like a tackle shop or something.
No, I'm sitting in my boat. I'm just sitting in my boat, looking at a map.
Nice. What are you mapping out?
No, I was looking at Rend a little bit, north end
Ah,
of
yeah,
Rend.
yeah. I, you know, I I can't. I guess I can show it. Yeah, here it's not hooked up. Um, I brought my little unit home over the winter too, and been doing some waypoint management, and I've been watching those Johnny Schultz fish the moment kind of videos and kind of doing some stuff. Man, that guy's got so much awesome information. He is so good with scope. I'm scoping and 2D. Ever watch any of his videos, guys? Larry?
I don't know if I have or not. I've watched a lot of videos. I don't really know who I watch.
Oh,
Most
it's
of the
called
time,
fish.
I just kind of watch them whenever I get time. Anything to
Oh
do with
man,
fishing.
Oh man, I'll hook you up. This guy is phenomenal. Um, when I was off over the holidays, I sat here for a couple of days. I watched 8 hours straight and 8 hours straight of his stuff a couple of days in a row. It was so good. He gives step by step, not only how to use the sonars, what you're interpreting and how to interpret it, how to set it, how he searches for fish, how he uses it. It's really cool.
Oh yeah.
It's he's giving away a lot of free stuff that he shouldn't be giving away for free. Let's just say that. Oh yeah. So let's see here. Be springtime. What do you think the water temperature will be at that time? I know I've gotten on Shelby at that time, and it's typically maybe 45, 47, 48 if you're talking second week in April. It seems to be, it really doesn't start warming up in Shelby till a little later, but they got
I
a
think
lot of
right
water
now
coming
it's
through.
about 45 right now from what I've looked at. So
Really?
I
That
think it'll
warm?
warm up pretty quick. If
Well,
it stays like it is, it's 70s during the day. I think it'll warm up pretty quick.
yeah,
It could
it's
be in the
shallower.
60s, 60
I'm
to
sorry, go ahead.
65,
Wow. Wow. Well,
depending on
okay.
where you are. If you get way back and there ain't a lot of wind and it's protected, it could be in the 60s to mid 60s,
Wow. Wow.
depending on the weather. If it keeps like it is.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I am sick of this cold. I've only been down in St. Louis for 6 years, and I've turned into a winter wussy coming from Chicago and minus 70 below wind chill factor and 96 inches of snow a year, and I get 14 inches of snow in a couple of weeks of 30 degrees, and I'm like, hey, I'm out of here. I want to move further south now. So what kind of techniques do you think will be working down there this time of year?
I think a spinnerbait could be in play and a
Oh yeah.
chatterbait, and
Oh yeah.
I'll be a lot of flipping.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
probably have 4 flipping rods rigged up and 1 spinnerbait and a chatterbait.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I don't want you to give away, your secrets or anything, but I've heard people with 2 flipping rods, but I've never heard of anybody with 4.
I usually have different weights on them and a couple different uh, style baits.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha. What
I
about
usually
crankbaits?
I don't think I'll have a crankbait on that time of year. I might have a rattle trap on, but I
Right.
don't think I'll have a.
Not even a flat sider? A trap
Yeah,
kind of, trap
yeah,
flat sider, or yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never
So
been
I
out
have
of
done pretty good there on a rattle trap that time of year.
yeah. Yeah, when I was down at Gunnersville, I get on the guy's boat. He's got 4 rods on this side, 4 different traps. He's got 4 rods on this side, 4 different chatterbaits. And that's what he fished the whole time. Kind of found out pretty quickly it didn't seem to be where we were a trap day and went right, as chatterbait.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Brian here out of Kentucky and it found some water at 53 degrees. Wow, I just saw they had the Bassmaster Open there, and I kind of snuck in on a couple of the previews, and then I remember them saying, "Oh, it's on the Roku channel." So I was like making lunch, and I'm up in the kitchen, and I turned the Roku on, and man, here they are. They're live. It
Yeah,
was cool.
I watched a little bit of that too. I
Yeah.
can't believe the smallmouth that they're catching down there.
Oh yeah, I was down there last year for the series, and it was just like the biggest bags were the smallmouths.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every tournament, maybe one decent sized largemouth or two, but predominantly, man, there's just a
Yeah.
slew of 3 and 4 pound smallmouth down there,
Oh yeah.
and they seem to be more aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah. They said they were spawning already down there. I didn't think. I don't know what small. too familiar with smallmouth, but I don't know what they spawn at usually. But temperature wise,
I think they're a little bit ahead of the largemouth because last year the first tournament was February 22nd. The second one was like March 6th or 8th or something, and people were saying, "Hey, the smallmouths, some of them are starting to spawn."
yeah, that's what
We didn't have all the cold water.
I was watching. One of the videos on there, a guy fishing, and he said he was watching them on the bed. And I'm like, I thought that water was too cold for them to spawn yet, but maybe it ain't. I don't. Like I said, I
Yeah,
don't know too much about smallmouth. But
yeah, yeah. I thought they were talking the water was like 45 or 48 when they first went out. Maybe it warmed up. It started warming up a little bit during the tournament.
mm-hmm.
So Brad, you got out on the water. That was cool. Some water was 53 here. So how's the bite shaping up down there? Let us know here. Drop us a text and fish at Table Rock. Oh yeah. I saw Randy's report on that. 40 to 57, 47 to 50 on the main lake. Yeah, it's so deep though, yeah, and clear, so it doesn't heat up as quick. It's got a lot of cold water in it. How'd you do? You ever been down the Table Rock, Larry?
Yeah, I love it down there too.
Oh, it's just beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep, you can catch them deep or shallow.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Lots of
different.
smallies too.
You get to learn a lot of different techniques doing that compared to what you do here in Illinois.
Oh yeah. When I first got my Triton, I went down there in the middle of 18. I think I went down there in May and I watched a bunch of videos and I was getting, I was traditional, kind of worm in the jig, a largemouth. And then I would they said, get a 3-3 Kitech with like a mushroom head and drag it along the bottom like a goby, goby magic, some different colors. And I caught a bunch of smallmouth and I had my personal best, about a 4-pounder, right up to the boat. And right when I was about to get him, I went to bend over and gave a little slack in the line. Game over. Rookie move. But I saw him. 20th on the coast side. Hey, congratulations here. That's awesome. All right, let's hear it for our Bass Angler channel. The first guy to cash a check in the year goes to Bass in St. Louis. What'd you catch him on? Oh, here's Brad back at Kentucky Lake. Slow, but we got a few ones on a rattle trap. Yeah, my February tournament, my boater got 4 on a rattle trap in front of me. I threw a rattle trap a little bit after he got his third one, but I'm like, he's in front of me and picking them off. Always try to do something a little bit different as a co-angler. What do you think of some good co-angler strategies for this Rend Lake opener this year?
Probably shaky head behind a boater and maybe a Cinco, weightless Cinco.
Yeah.
Something slower.
Yeah, I was thinking I wanted to do a Senko out. We had Alan Bernicki on, and he's talking it up on the A rigs, and I'm like, you know what? I don't toss those enough, but I was behind Drew. There's no way you can throw a wacky rig in front of this guy. He's going full blast right and left all the freaking time.
Yeah, I don't do it enough. I mean, if I have a co-angler, he'd probably go behind me and catch fish.
Oh, yeah. Well, if they're up on beds, that's about the only thing you got to get some action on, or if they're real finicky right beforehand and they get in that finicky mood, maybe a net or a shaky head, but those Senkos are good there. A rig and a swim bait. Nice. Yeah. Hey, ad for Bass Pro. Their fishing sales going on. I traded up, I take an old rod, you get your discount here. I traded up something there. But they got Flash Mob Juniors for like $9.97 or something. And I'm like, I grabbed 3. Maybe I should have gone, grab some more here because, those early cold tournaments here. And even at Kentucky Lake this weekend, I'm kind of I'm not waitlisted as a co. I'm waiting for a boater who's going to sign up, and if he signs up, I'm going to link with him. And even though it's past the priority date, you can't sign in online. But if you call, you can get in. And he's got some family issues, but I may jump in this weekend, and I'm thinking I'm definitely going to have an A rig tied on this weekend.
What is that for?
For Kentucky Lake, they had a normal 15th tournament, but their tournament last month got canceled because there was like 2 trillion gallons of rainwater coming through, and it was absolutely 1-inch clarity with mud and 9 or 15 feet over the banks. It was crazy.
There's not a priority deadline this year, is there? You can sign up to the last day, I think.
Well, you can, but Larry, you need to have a link, or you're gonna
Right.
the Todd. Do you got a link this year yet, Larry?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Good.
But I'm pretty sure you can link up to the last day.
Well, yeah.
This year.
Online, they have that priority date, which is, I don't know, 18 days before or something goofy like that. But you can call up to the day before they said. I called them, clarified, right? Yeah.
I know there's a few things that changed. I probably ain't got it all down yet.
Well, boater's still 5 fish. Co-angler is 3.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the big change here. And as far as real-time sonar, shall we say you can only have 2, like 2 360s or a 360 and a forward-facing, or 2 forward-facings. Basically, it doesn't affect BFL boaters, but that's the other thing. You got to get there ahead of time and get that lock box that they put on your cables for the one you're not going to use. But no, you just got forward-facing, right? 1 unit.
Yeah, and I don't even use that half of the time.
Yeah.
I turn it on at Shelbyville, but at Rend I don't use it at all.
Yeah. Ever put it in perspective mode and try it in perspective mode?
I haven't yet. I have not yet.
Yeah, I saw that last year. Do that.
I need to try it.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. He was fishing a lot of brush piles and say 6 to 8, 9, 10 feet, and that perspective mode, you could see him swimming around the pile. Yeah, kind of. You do the normal forward facing, and you've got that like just that 15-degree cone, and that's all you can get, and it's kind of distorted. But he had 2. He had one in both modes on the boat. He had one in normal and one in perspective. And the perspective one, it was a wild view. I meant to go back and play with mine in perspective mode, but I flopped it on once, and it gave me a really muddy signal. So I had to go research it, but didn't.
I need to find out how to adjust it. I'm not even sure how to put it in perspective mode. I never moved it.
Is yours a Humminbird or a Garmin?
No, mine's a Lowrance.
A Lowrance. Okay.
And I got it set, so I'm afraid to move it and not get it set back at the right spot for forward.
Oh yeah. Well, look in the manual or hit a couple of videos on. I have the Humminbird one, and you just flop it open and flop it over. It's like on a hinge.
Yeah.
It's like this normally, and you just flop it open.
Oh, okay.
So
I think mine's like that too, but I just haven't messed with it yet.
Yeah.
I need to.
Like I said, gadgets. You gotta do a little research before you know what's going on. But yeah, I remember you looking at a couple of things, but basically, you're an old school guy.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. God, it seems like it's been such a long winter. Now I'm sitting here talking to you. It's like we were on the boat last year on Rend Lake, right? Fishing that super tournament.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That was a good time.
Yeah. You got to day 2, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I really struggled. That place where I told you not to record the first day, I started there the second day, and I ended up catching a keeper over there finally. And then my co-angler lost 2 of them over there.
Who was your co-angler?
I don't even remember who that was. I don't remember his name.
Not as memorable as Big Mouth Jeff, huh?
I'm bad with names.
Yeah. So yeah, back to Rend here. Do you fish all around Rend, or do you find different areas have different times of the year? Or I don't want to steal any secrets, but just maybe some general info.
I'll probably spend more time on the north end for this tournament than I do on the south end.
Yeah, because of
I
spawn,
think it,
they go up there to spawn.
yeah, but not. I don't run all the way up to the railroad tracks or anything like that, but usually about halfway up there.
Yeah. So you don't go to the stump fields.
A little bit of it. Yeah, not too far into it, but I go a little bit into it.
Yeah, I had a guy. We were out there last year, man. I know I've looked at the maps and they've shown them, and I'm like, oh my God, they are just everywhere. It's
Oh
those
yeah.
are going slow, and he's got his forward facing on, and he's hitting one every once in a while.
Hmm. Yeah, you can get it can get bumpy up there.
Yeah, to say the least. It can get expensive up there too.
I can run up to the railroad tracks, but I got idle through one section to get there.
Yeah.
But
So let's
the
see.
other
You
side, I
got a pretty
can't.
good looking bait shop back there. You wanna show us around there?
I got a lot of Zoom, uh,
Yeah.
old monsters and brush hogs,
Oh yeah.
and a lot of beavers back here, finesse worms, stuff like that,
Yeah.
and a lot of Gene Lure. I
Oh,
use a lot of
that's
biffle
your
bug.
crappie baits.
What's that?
Are those LaRue's crappie baits or bass baits?
Oh, they're bass baits, mostly biffle bugs and what's the other one? I got what is this called? A Hoodaddy. I use them quite a bit. And I got a bunch of crankbaits and spinnerbaits up here.
Yep. Nice. That's pretty impressive, Larry.
Yeah, it's my office.
Yeah. You look like a happy man in your office. A lot of people are jealous of that job, sitting on the boat in your own tackle shop, planning strategies for the next tournament. That's a rough job, man.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite style of fishing?
Oh, I love cranking, shallow cranking.
Yeah.
Um, swim jig. I like fishing a swim jig too, quite a bit.
Yeah.
And Carolina rig.
Yeah. That's another one that at Kentucky, I really hadn't thrown it that much. I've tried it a little bit around here. It's supposed to be good on Shelbyville too. Um, and I tried it on Kentucky Lake. I got some. I was king of the 13 and a half inch smallmouth last year on Kentucky Lake, the non-keeper. I caught some there, and that's something I know I got to do more of this year in the Toyota too. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I also like throwing a wobblehead a lot too.
oh, in the
I've been
summer,
doing it.
yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing that a lot last couple of years.
Yeah, main lake points.
Yeah. Yeah. Flats.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I can't wait. Man, today I went outside to walk the dog during lunch. I'm like, oh my God, I just sat out there and let the sun hit me for a while. I like thawed out. You can even see like a little bit of on my face. I was windburned from that Ozarks tournament, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, you should have put suntan lotion on. I'm like, it wasn't the sun, it was the wind.
I went out in the back and made a few casts in my lake and I caught two fish back there today.
Wow, in your own
Uh,
lake, you got your own
yeah.
lake?
Yeah, it's about
Lake
5 acres.
Diveley, is it on the tour this year?
What's that?
Lake Diveley, is it on the tour this
Nah, no, it's off limits.
year? Little retention pond or something?
Yeah, yeah. It's about 5 acres.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's got some nice fish in it. A lot of small ones, but you get a nice one every now and then.
Yeah. What's a nice one? Like a 3-pounder?
I caught a couple sixes out of there.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Like a local farm pond
I
here.
don't think I did last year, but year before I caught some good fish out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So you're gonna how much have you been out yet in the boat?
I have not. I've been working so much lately.
Yeah, it
But
gets in the way here.
yeah, I'm planning on it in the next week or two. I'm gonna go, and then I'm going at the end of the month. I'm going to Sardis for a week crappie fishing.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. When's the first time you think you'll be on Rend?
It probably 2 weeks. I'll probably go in 2 weeks. Start spending some time there.
Do you head out and pre-fish Shelbyville as well, or no, because it's further?
I usually it depends on my work schedule, but I usually uh, go the Wednesday of the tournament. I usually spend the Wednesday through Friday down there pre fishing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually all of them I usually leave on a Wednesday. And I might go down the week before also for a day or so.
Yeah, just pop in, get a little feel the week before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's non real early spring or really late fall. I mean, not a lot changes over a week, but really
Right.
early and really late, a lot can change in a week, right?
Yeah. And sometimes I go that Wednesday and Thursday, and sometimes I won't even go out that Friday. Sometimes I'll just get my rods ready and relax a little bit before start the next day.
Oh yeah, I saw that at Bassmaster Open on Kentucky Lake here. I watched Matt Steffen and he was there with Miles Berghoff and they did a little crossover thing and they're like, you know what? I've done 2 days of practicing. I got my spots. I got my deal. I'm just going to relax and do some tackle today.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, I do that if I get on something. If I don't, I usually go Friday too. But
oh yeah,
and
oh yeah.
so most of the time I go on Friday.
Well, our lakes are so darn tough here. You know what I mean? I mean, I go down to Gunnersville. It takes 29 pounds to win as a
Yeah,
boat. 20 pounds and you don't even get a check. That's ridiculous. And
that's
then
crazy.
it's only 3 for the co-angler. And these guys heard me last time. There's 4 guys with over 15 pounds as a co-angler with 3 bass.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's insane. I want to move down that way.
No, I thought about it. I'd like to.
In fact, that's why we went down there. We did a little pre-retirement screening here, and we went down through Nashville. We looked some places around there, around Old Hickory. We looked around there, but
Yeah,
we fished there. Then we went out to Tellico Village. That was that's a huge retirement spot, beautiful area. We love it out there. And then just right down to Gunnersville, and
yeah.
man,
That's
Chickamauga's on fire, Pickwick's on fire. Wheeler's always good. I mean, it's just incredible all the fisheries they have down there.
yeah. I love Gunnersville and Pickwick. I've been on both of them. I never been on Wheeler or Chickamauga.
I've been on Wheeler once. They had a wild card down there in late 22, I think. Crazy.
I think the one year we went to Pickwick, it was for a team tournament. It was a classic, and a guy locked all the way up to Wheeler, and he did. I think he ended up in the top 5.
Wow. How long of a run is that?
I'm not even sure. I think he got like 2 hours of fishing once he got there.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
From what
Yeah. So, what's your outlook for a winning bag here on Rend Lake?
Oh, I think somebody will catch a big bag. I think it could take 15, 18. I
Probably
think,
ago.
yeah, yeah. I'd say 15 to 18.
But that lake, I mean, it could be a bunch of people with 18 to 20, or it could be like 14 wins, right? It can be really
It
stingy.
could be. I think if the water was low, you might see some 20s. But with it high like this, I think it's 4 feet high right now. If I'm not wrong, um, I think that'll make it tougher than it was last year at this time.
Oh
At
yeah.
that, because I think last year there was a bunch of bags over 20 in April, and I think it took like 26 or 28 pounds to win one of them last year at Ren. But the
Boy.
water was really,
Yeah, I don't remember anything that high or that big.
yeah, the water was really low, and they caught them really good.
Yeah, we weren't down there in April. Wasn't last
No,
year?
we weren't there. There was a tournament before we got there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I said the week before they nailed them
Yeah,
in one of the other tournaments. Yeah, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard that too.
Hmm.
Yeah, USA Bassin was 28 pounds. Yeah,
Yeah, they had some big weights, and I think the top 5 or 10, it might have been. It was quite a few of them had over 20 pounds.
yeah, yeah. I've done some USA Bassins uh, up on Shelbyville, and there's 3 or 4 teams, and the guys have been doing it forever. It's almost like taking my candy money away from me. They're so good. I mean, they're coming in with 18, 20 pounds all the time. They've always got a 5 or 6 pounder. Uh,
Yeah,
my buddy was like, "Are you sure they're not cheating? How can they do so well and us do so bad?" Well, they just there's a lot of dead water on the lake, and we found it.
yeah. That's what you'll find with rim with the water high. You'll find a lot of dead water, and there'll be a area with a bunch of fish in it.
Yeah.
It's
So tell us about your wind is on Rend Lake, isn't it? From a couple years back, isn't it?
yeah, yep, yeah.
Catch them.
I caught them. I caught. How did I catch them? I caught mostly on a crankbait. I caught one on a shaky head, and I lost 2 big ones on a crankbait. Also, I could have had a 20-pound bag easy. I think.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
I think I remember reading you're using a small crankbait, right?
yeah. I was using a real small. What is it called? I got one here somewhere. I forget what it's called. It's like it's expensive crankbait. I don't even know if
Did they
I.
call you up after the tournament? Because they always have like, the little write up on the winners and what they use, and I don't hear it like during the weigh-in. So did they like talk to you afterwards or something?
Yeah, they talked to me afterwards and asked me what kind of crankbait I was, or how I caught them, and uh,
And
basically
you
that's
were
it.
100% honest, right?
Yeah, yeah. I usually don't. I usually tell the truth most of the time, unless I'm free fishing. Then
Yeah.
I tell a couple different stories. But
Oh, hey,
after
you
the
got some
tournament's
of those
over,
lure hangers on your flipper there?
I got a little few spinnerbaits hanging there.
Yeah, is that something you made or does it glue on? I've been looking for something like that for my boat.
That's tape, and I forget where I got them from, but
It's just two-sided tape.
yeah, you could screw them on too, but I never had to. They've been on there for 2 or 3 years.
Wow, that's awesome tape.
I can't find them. I don't know where they're at. They're in here somewhere. It's like a $27 crankbait, but it's a real small one.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
That's more than a mega bass little crankbait.
Oh yeah.
Like there's
I thought it was an
Z2s,
ASP
Z1s,
or
and
something like
Z3s.
that.
Pardon?
I think it was called like an ASP or something like that.
Oh, OSP. They're JDM.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Johnny Schultz. He's in love with their deep diving crankbait. And the thing he goes, it gets down further than anybody, like 30 feet. And no
Oh
one
yeah.
can get a crankbait down there. But when you buy a $30 crankbait, you can get it down 30 feet. But the minute you lose one, you're crying.
Yep. That the deep divers I spend less on than my shallow divers
Yeah, because
because I can usually get them out.
Yeah. Is that one still sitting in the tree we lost last September?
You know what? Actually, I caught that one. I got it the next day.
Right. That's right. You went back and snagged it. I forgot.
Yeah, I got it. And then the next cast, I lost it again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fish line. But
Yeah. 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 I'm sure that's a well-fished tree.
do you remember where you caught your fish last year?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We went back there. I was going to start there the next day. And there was a guy. They had like 40 fishing rods lined up down that bank, and I couldn't fish it at all.
Oh, people that were camping, not the people.
Yeah,
But
there was rods scattered all the way around that point and all the way down the bank for 100 yards, and they were about 10 feet apart.
Man, I would have called the warden at that point. You
Yeah.
can't have that many rods.
It was crazy.
I thought it was two rods in the water, isn't it, per guy?
Yeah, that's what somebody told me afterwards, and I'd never even thought of calling them till after the tournament was over.
Yeah. Well, it would have been Sunday morning. They would have been out next Tuesday. Oh, that's a bummer, man. That was a productive spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I went in there to start, and I made one cast, and I actually caught his line.
Oh, my
Because I
God.
couldn't see him in the morning. I couldn't see the rod sticking out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've done that by accident, but you know what? You come around a corner or something, and yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Lake is everybody's resource, and you didn't do it purposefully,
Right.
So you fishing anything else except for just the Illini division? Are you fishing all of them this year?
I'm going to fish all of them, and I think that's all I'm going to. I might fish a couple local tournaments around here on Carlisle, but that's about all I'm going to fish.
Bass tournaments at Carlisle? Boy, I've been down there a couple times, caught one non-keeper in 16 hours on the water. I never went back.
I used to do really good there, but since I started fishing these, I haven't fished as much as I used to. But I used to be on there every weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
You probably got some good spots, yeah.
Yeah. I used to be on there about 5 days a week. But
Wow. That's got to be pretty close to you. Is that why you're there so much, right?
it's about a half hour away. Yeah.
Let's see, Brad's asking, how do you think all the rain we're about to get is going to affect the start of the spawn?
Yeah. It's going to. As far as Rend or anywhere?
I'm assuming he means Rend, but he can clarify if that's not it.
Yeah.
That's going to put a lot of mud into Rend and muddy it up.
Yeah. It'll be shallow.
Yeah.
But they're all. Seems like they're always shallow Rend, but it's.
Yeah.
It's going to. They won't be on the bank because you won't be able to find one.
It'll be all bushes, right? That's all you'll see. Right. Yeah. I've never been there when it's been really high, but that last June or July tournament, it had come down. You could see where it came down 2 or 3 feet, and it was still in the bushes. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it just spreads out. It don't got to come up much for it to spread out through them bushes. I'm like 3 foot. It's in the bushes, and it's already back into them.
Oh, he says anywhere but Rend.
Anywhere but rain. The rain's gonna push them shallow as long as they don't drop the lake fast.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, um, you know, according to the temperature of the rain and temperature of the water, if that warm rain is coming in all those little feeder ditches and stuff with nutrients, man, that's where they're going to be.
It seems like during this uh, daylight saving time, right around there, they kind of know to go start going shallow anyway.
Yeah,
It's just the time of year they kind of know
yeah.
the fish know to go that way.
Well, yeah, they can sense daylight
Yeah.
is longer.
Yeah.
Ah, congratulations, Brad. I kind of know the feeling. It can it can be a tough lake there. Sometimes you do really well, and sometimes you lose them, and sometimes you get them. Yeah, I think on Kentucky Lake it's supposed to get some thunderstorms late Friday night and end. I just looked this afternoon, end by like 12, 1, 2 a.m. And then it's going to get windy. And oh man,
They're probably dropping that like now quick, aren't they?
yeah, I mean, they've had so much water in. That
Yeah.
Nestor Open, they were saying they've dropped the water 9 feet in a week.
Yes. And if they know there's rain coming, they'll keep on dropping it probably.
Yeah. Said they were still going at 100,000 CFM. That's raging. I don't know, Brad, you're the expert. You should tell us how it's going to fish down there. I'm assuming you're all confirmed for this weekend, both days. Um, Bass in St. Louis, are you fishing that circuit too here? Or are you fishing the Ozarks? Oh, it's down to a foot below, man. Yeah, they've been releasing it all. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got Illini has our super tournament down there, Larry. Did you see that? No Ohio
Yeah.
River, two Shelbys, two Wrens. It's gonna go Wren, Shelby, Shelby, Wren, Kentucky Lake.
Yeah, I wish they would have put a river tournament on there still.
Yeah, gives a little more versatility for AOY.
Yeah.
You go
Mm-hmm.
down to Tennessee, or you ever make the run up to the Cumberland Dam, in the Cumberland to the Barkley Dam?
To the yes, yes. The last couple of years, I've been running up that way. It seems like there's a lot more fish, but the bigger fish seem to be on the Tennessee. I
Yeah.
don't. For me, anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, so yeah, spinner bait's always good at Rend. Chatterbaits, something you got to get dirty water, a little vibration in there. And
Yeah.
early time of the year, they should be, um, you know, if they're getting ready to spawn, they should be munching up. Unless they're in the pre-spawn funk, then you're going to have to downsize and slow down, right? You won't
Yeah.
know unless you're fishing like those few days before, right?
Right.
See if you see them on beds or not, or if there's bucks on the beds or what, right?
Right. Um. You can't. There's a couple places you can sight fish there, but for the most part, you ain't gonna see most of them.
Yeah, yeah.
In Markham, there's a couple spots in there you can actually, if they're spawning, you can see them, and then you kind of know what they're doing after that.
Yeah, that's over there on that right arm on the northeast side.
Be that little pocket right after the boat ramp in there, Markham.
Which boat ramp?
Be South Markham. There's a little pocket in there with the beach.
Oh, yeah.
You can go back there. Usually you can see some on the beds back there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's always some serious hammers when you get near Kentucky Lake. Yeah, the Colby Shrumps and all those guys. And yeah. Oh, yeah. Just makes it more fun to take their money, right, Larry? Oh, really? I didn't look at the LBL schedule. I wonder why they did that. They probably had a conflict
What's that?
um, for the super tournament in the LBL division.
Oh,
Oh, you're seeing the little text that I bring up on screen, aren't you?
yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you're following, you got to have your glasses on, huh? You know,
Yeah.
that's why I got a big screen, so I don't got to wear these. Yeah, I think we were down there a couple years ago for the Illini Super Tournament, and it was like about the first weekend in September, and we were out of the dam, and there was a college tournament going on out of Paris, 250 college boats. So, yeah, no one wanted to go down that way, and they were coming up our way. It was I never, I mean, I don't have a lot of experience on the lake, but I fished that series. I never saw so many boats as that tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big lake. I mean, it's what, 120 miles long or something?
I was down there. It's been a while back, but it was for a classic for a team tournament, and we had like 200 boats, and they had another 200 boats going out of Paris, and there was 200 coming out of Barkley.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah,
it was crazy.
yeah. Uh, yeah, one tournament last year, my guy went down to Barkley and let's see, we launched out of the dam there. Something was going on Moors. They were typically launching out of. They had like a boat regatta or something. But man, he went over to Barkley and we made like a 50-minute run down Barkley. And it's just, I mean, these areas look beautiful and there's nobody there. And we just got a few dings. Oh yeah, I saw that comment. Did you see that, Larry, about Laker House said he ran like 180 miles? I believe
He
that's what
ran
he
all the way up
said.
to Pickwick Dam, didn't he? Is that where he went?
Well, he was saying dam, and I'm like, he can't mean Kentucky Dam
I
because
think it was Pickwick.
yeah, he had to be going the other way. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was yeah, yeah. Is that what it was, Brad Pickwick? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, does he mean like the Barkley Dam or something like that? Still couldn't be that far. I'm
No,
like,
that's not that far.
yeah, okay, wow. Yeah, I saw
I'm,
him talking about that where he had to stop halfway on the way down and fill up, and then halfway on the way up and fill up, and he only had like a gallon or two left.
I think isn't Paris like 60 miles from the dam?
I don't know.
I think it. I think it is because I ran from Kentucky Dam all the way up to Johnsonville one time.
Oh yeah, that's a long run. Ooh,
Mhm.
man, that makes my lower back sore just thinking about it. uh, yeah, but he caught some nice bass. Oh wow, I saw him on the live feed on Roku, and he said, "I'm going to hang
Wow.
on my credit card when I get there." Holy moly, yeah! Wow. Well, yeah, close to 60 miles. Yeah. Well, if that's what you're feeling, you got to do, and you got some people helping you with the bills, whether it be sponsors or dad,
Yeah.
or, who knows what. And that's what you think you need to, what I mean? You're shooting for the Elite Series. Well, it's an investment.
Yeah.
Or is
I
it a
take that.
gamble? Is it a gamble or is it an investment? What do you think, Larry?
I'm guessing if he's lives closer to Pickwick and knows them fish are there, it's worth the run.
Yeah, he knew something, or he pre-fished and didn't find, the other thing.
Yeah.
Miles Berghoff had that spot. It was literally right in front of the marina over here. He found a shell
Oh
bed.
yeah.
I'm like, I was telling my buddy Jerry Hall, I'm like, this is so wild. This is the first time I've watched a professional bass tournament because they don't have them on Rend or Shelby or the Mississippi River in Illinois. But where I'm like, hey, I know where that area is. Oh, hey, I fish that area. Oh, I know exactly where that is. I fished that in that tournament last year. Or they're going by this landmark thing. Oh yeah, I've seen that many times. It's really wild to see
Yeah.
pros where you have been, and I was just it was just weird.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one of my workers at work said, yeah, he was he's always been in the St. Louis area, and he's fished Rend in Shelbyville. And he said years ago there was some FLW tournament, and Edwin Evers was on Shelbyville. And during the interview, he said, "Is there any bass in this lake? I have yet to see one." So those guys are kind of used to better fisheries.
Wasn't that when they went to they fished like 3 or 4 lakes?
Oh,
That Bassmasters thing. I think they fished Wren, Shelbyville, and Decatur or something like that.
oh, they had like 3 days, one day at each lake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
kind of
think they did that 2 years in a row here in Illinois.
wow. I'll have to look that up. I did not know that.
And I think they did Carlisle one year. Carlisle, Wren, and maybe Shelbyville. There might have been another lake in there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Clinton's supposed to be a good lake. I've always wanted to go up there, and my buddy was up there, and it's just like weather can be crazy, but it's a power plant lake. It's kind of warm. It's not like Newton or anything, but the summer boaters, it's like Lake of the Ozarks in Illinois. It's just cray. I remember driving up there one time to check it out, and I'm like, it was like an hour line to launch your boat, and there's all these huge pleasure boats that just the people take forever. It's not like bass boat.
Oh yeah.
Bass boat. It's like the big behemoth things.
Uh huh.
I'm like, there's got to be another ramp where you can launch something. Hey Ron, how's it going? Glad you could join. If you got any questions for Larry, shoot them on here. What do you think the 10 weight is going to be on the boater and co side? You mean the 10th place weight? Is that what you mean, Brad? Oh, top 10.
Top 10? Like the winning weight? The winning weight or the top 10?
Or check line. What's a typical? Yeah, let's just take this. You pay attention to it more. On the boater side, say for Ren, what's the typical check line? Say we're only going to have maybe 100 boaters, so 20, but more likely maybe 80, or it's only going to pay 18 or so. What's it going to take to get a check on a boater side? Is 10 pounds going to do it? 12 pounds going to do it?
I'm thinking if the water's high, I think it'll be about 5 pounds.
On the boater side, 5 pounds?
In April, yeah.
Wow. What does that mean on the coast side? Is it going to be like Lake of Ozarks, one and you're in?
I don't think. I think they may, depending on how many they pay. I bet they don't pay all them spots out. I bet it'll be. Well, they probably will. But I think it'll take less than 2 pounds to get it in the top check.
A keeper. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not your skinny keeper, but your medium size 15-incher.
Yeah.
God, I forgot. What is it on Run? Is it 14 or 15? I've been fishing so many other tournaments. It's been 15. Is it
It's 14.
Yeah, it's 14 on Shelbyville and Rend. It's 15 in LBL. It's 15 at the Toyota Ozarks deal. At Gunnersville, it was 15. Yeah, it's another grind 'em out tournament on the Ozarks. Only 22 guys out of 121 co-anglers caught a fish the first day. Well, a keeper. I had a 12-incher. I'm like, hey, Drew, are you sure this isn't a spot? Because it was 12 inches for a spot. I'm like, one spot, man. I'm fishing a third day. No, it took like 3 or 4 pounds to fish day 3. Yeah, it's going to be tight. Well, Ron, you got to be getting hyped here. You're hooked up with James, and we hooked him up with one of the boaters we had on here. This is going to be his first year of fishing the BFL, so he's soaking up all the good hints here.
I thought it was 3.
Yeah, last year they took 6 at each regional, but it was 4 divisions. So now
Yeah.
there's only 2 divisions. It's only going to be the top 3 from each regional.
So how many do they take from them? How many do they take in from the wild card then? Because they used to take 6, I think. Are they still taking 6?
I bet the wild card 6. You know, I don't know. We could probably find that online. Hey, Bass in St. Louis, are you fishing Illini again this year too, and the Ozarks? Yeah, you and me both, Matt. It was chilly and tough. Welcome aboard, Matt. Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah, I was going to maybe try and hop in some more Ozarks, but some stuff came up, and my daughter got a job. She's moving down that way. She's actually moving to Bentonville, Arkansas. I'm like, oh, man, I hope there's a table rock tournament that week. Maybe I could sneak that in, but that's not the case. Oh, I got tangled up in my computer cords. Yeah, no problem there. All right, guys, we're hitting about an hour or so. If you guys don't got any more questions here, we'll start the wrap up. So let's see here. Getting itchy for the season to start on Illini. We're just about a month out. The water's starting to warm up. Outside here. Bass Pro's got their yearly spring tackle sale up. I've been kind of stocking up for the year. I've been doing some reorganizing. What about you, Larry? You getting some stuff together, doing a little organization there?
Yeah, I got some new reels and some new. I just got line and I stacked up on some crankbaits, and I was pretty good on plastic, so I didn't need none of that or anything.
Yeah, walls look pretty full. I didn't see any empty slots. I don't think you're gonna starve the bass this year, are you?
No.
So you got some reels. What'd you get?
Some Bantam MGLs, Shimano's. I got 6 of them. I was having some trouble throwing some of them light crankbaits last year and thought I'd try them out.
Yeah. You get a deal on them?
What's that?
You get a deal on them?
On the reels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I get a little bit of a deal. I get the veterans discount from Tackle Warehouse on them.
Oh, nice. Yeah, if I'd have some more people that watch my videos subscribe, maybe I could get a little Tackle Warehouse discount or check this out. But I project that's a few years out. I'm doing it for the love of the game, for the fun of it. But it would be nice to get it. My whole goal was, this will be fun. Maybe I just want to get a discount. And I do get a discount with Kistler on the Pro Team
Yeah.
staff.
Yeah, I get a discount on them. I need to get a couple of them rods too. A
Oh
couple more.
yeah. Oh man, they're blowing out chromium bait casters and spinning reel guys. I bought one on my special deal. My special deal, they list price 300, but they list high. But they're like a $200 reel. I got them for 117 bucks. Love them both. They are really quality equipment.
Yes, they are.
Now on their website, I think they're like 80 something dollars. They're unbelievable, but they don't have left-handed bait casters because I'm right-handed and I like casting and I got all my bait casters are left hand and but I was going to pick up another spinning reel. But on tournament number 4 this year, if you fish the first 4 tournaments in each division, so the second Rend Lake here, they're giving away that bonus pack to the boaters and the co-anglers. You're going to get a Revo spinning reel, and the boater gets a little better one than the co-angler. You're going to get a line to their braid, and you're going to get like 3 or 4 packs of soft plastics. You're going to get like 120 bucks worth of stuff as a co-angler, and maybe 160 bucks worth of stuff as a boater. Basically, about paying your entry fee.
That's a good deal.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
So you got the reels. So you get them spun up. Did you use them today in the pond?
I have not used them yet. I haven't got line on them yet. I'll probably put line on them this week. I might get
Thanks
out.
for your service, Ron. Sorry, Larry.
I might try to get out this week yet.
Oh yeah, it's just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ron, what'd you do on USO tours? I'm a closet. Oh, I don't have it up here. I'm a closet musician, a guitarist. I was in bands all my life here, but I've got keyboards, basses, acoustic guitars. I write music, do original music. What'd you do? I always like to see the other side of people. You get them out on a boat. You kind of, find out what you do. What's one of your other hobbies there, Larry?
My hobbies? I don't really have my. I just fish most of the time. I don't really need much else.
Well, I gotta say, I've been selling musical gear and just going to Bass Pro or online and spending it. I'm converting. I saw a meme the other day on Facebook. It says the 3 phases of life: wanting things, accumulating things, getting rid of things. Oh shit, I'm in phase 3 already.
I never hit phase 3 yet. I'm still collecting.
Uh-huh. Drums, awesome. My wife in high school and right afterwards was out of Rockford, so she was in the Phantom Regiment Drum and Bugle Corps for years and marched around the country. I've seen some of those shows online, and we went to a reunion tour once. It is pretty cool stuff. So yeah, cool. So you got your reels, you got to spool them up, get them out there, test them with those lighter early finesse jigs, huh?
I was in the Navy.
Oh, you're in the Navy. What'd you do?
Yeah. I was in charge of the small boats on our ship. I don't know what that's
Mechanic, maintenance, or
maintenance. Yeah, I just made sure everything was getting done on them. I went through and checked all electric stuff, and I actually patched fiberglass on them, and
yeah.
Just did maintenance on them. Yeah.
Thank you for your service too.
Thank you.
So, actually, I got a question for you. I noticed at the end of the year, I didn't check. I was out on my little lake here, and there's a little area I was fishing a laydown, and I had one on, and the wind was blowing, and I went back farther than I thought I went back, and there's some old dock poles in the water, and right on the back of my fiberglass Ranger, right on that back part, right where the outlets of the wells are,
Yeah.
right on the bottom, it caught on the pole. and it's just like an eighth inch of the the white fiberglass on the outside, and I see a little black. I wasn't leaking any water. Is there like is the white an outer shell, and then there's a thicker shell of black fiberglass, or what's it
Yeah,
going
I
to be?
think it would have to go. It would have to be a little deeper than that. I don't think that will hurt anything. It ain't gonna leak or anything. Now,
Yeah,
you might want to patch that because it will get soft in that spot. It
that's what
can
I'm
get
thinking.
soft. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it won't leak right away.
yeah, yeah. I was going to ask my local boat shop. It shouldn't be anything more than a few $100s, don't you think?
Yeah, it won't be much.
Yeah, $300-400 or something, and
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just thought it's a little bondo, little sand, and it's not on a cosmetic area with fancy sparkly paint. It's just the white on the bottom. No one's gonna see it, right?
Right. You can actually do that yourself if you wanted to. It's
Oh yeah, what do you is there like
they have
fiberglass?
they
Or
have a patch kit, and uh you gotta sand it down and stuff, and then it's I think they make you can look it up. There's a patch for it.
yeah, I just
It's not that much unless you want it to look perfect. So if you just want to patch it and get that covered up, it's not that much.
yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty handy. My
Especially
old man was a carpenter.
especially that small. Because if you
Yeah,
take it in the shop, they'll probably uh, make that a lot bigger, and they'll have a lot more patching to do because they'll make it look. They have to blend that all in.
yeah, I don't need that, right? Really, Ron? Wow. How long ago? What airport? St. Louis Airport? Yeah, since I moved down here, I've only flown for work maybe 3, 4 times, not over COVID at all. So would have been early on, or would have been after COVID, or maybe if I was with my wife, we were going on vacation. Yeah, my kind of daughter makes a joke. I make friends wherever I go. People just start talking to me. It's not me. It's everyone else. They just want to talk to me. Go imagine. Oh well, that's yeah, that's good to know. I was thinking I was going to ask my other buddy here, and someone said JB Weld, and I'm like, I don't think you want that stuff on there.
No.
They probably have some fiberglass stuff. You just put a mask on and put gloves on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want
JB
to breathe.
Weld, I don't know. Will that stick to? I guess it would stick to fiberglass. I don't know.
Mm, mm,
I
mm.
I wouldn't use it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was like, I don't know about that. All righty, everybody. Well, thanks for coming out tonight here. We had our kickoff, and thanks to Larry for sharing his expert knowledge of Rend Lake here. Let's all put it to use and get paychecks. And glad to see one of our guys winning a check out there on Table Rock. And yeah, if I jump on any of those, I'll let you know for sure. Um, I might be at Kentucky Lake this weekend. I'm waiting on Drew to approve my video from the Ozarks here. That should be an interesting video. We had quite a nice conversation there, and you can see the way he fishes. If you watch the VPTs, you kind of see it too here, but a little bit different angle, a little more personal discussion there. That was pretty cool. And I did some pond fishing in my local pond on Sunday. I had a good sized one on, and I caught a little dink, and I had another bite. And I'm like, wow, because the water's still really cold, but they're waking up.
Yeah. Did Drew? Did he live scope a lot?
That is all he did.
That's all he did.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to ask about it. I ain't gonna try to get any info out of you.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, you could see he's, well, on the BPT, they could only use it for one period, and he had to go to, traditional dock flip and a net, uh,
Yeah.
in the Lake Murray stuff. But he's just really good at scoping. He's really concentrated. And I tell you, man, he is zipping from one spot to the next. He's very, very surgical, shall we say, with his setup.
Yeah.
Now, he only got one keeper that first day here. We just he saw some on the brush piles, and they either wouldn't look at it or they'd come out, give it a sniff, and that was it, or follow it for a foot or two and then give up on it. That's what I heard everyone talking about, because the water's so cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he got a couple of shorts on an A rig. He caught a keeper on a jerk bait, a 110, and he had his minnow out there, and they just weren't very interested in that little minnow. But he said later on he went back to it, the last couple days. But it's a little bit of a warming trend. He probably hit some different water than what we were at different times this year. And the guy who won it, he's just like, you know what? I looked up and down that lake. I didn't have much time because it was cold breeding. He was on Tin Horse Monty the other day, right? You see that one?
I didn't see that one yet. No.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Well, I mean, you're interested in that, but and he said, you know what? He found some fish. They weren't in the mood to bite. He just had to kept hitting them, 3 or 4 times during the day, and maybe you get one. But he said,
yeah,
no. What won me is I just happened to, find a point, that I really hadn't hit before. There's so many, and there's like 50 stacked up on it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right, sounds good, Brad. Yeah, maybe I'll see you down there. Maybe I won't here. I've got your instant messenger. I figure I'll talk to my guy late tomorrow just to see how it's going. I don't want to push him. He's got a family thing going on, but hopefully I'll be down there too, and hopefully it'll be a fun time. We can talk about bringing home more checks to the Bass Angler channel. All right, everybody. Have a great evening, and thanks again for coming out. See you next week, and keep your lines tight. All right, Larry. Thanks.
Matt.
Talk to you soon.
All right, later.